everybody. Welcome to Redefining Success. My name's Erin Kennedy.
And I'm Amisha Singh.
And today we are going to talk about making time for yourself. This is one way to reduce anxiety and make sure that you're living like a happy, healthy, and balanced life. Except for we're going to talk about it from the aspect is that we don't make time for ourselves. And so we're basically going to tell you what not to do.
Yeah. At least we're not being hypocrites, right? We're telling you that this is something we all need to do. We understand the importance of it. But I haven't done it for myself in a long time.
Exactly. So we're going to come from the new dentist perspective. I think that when you're a new dentist, you think you have to be hungry, right? You have to go out there and like seek opportunities to volunteer and seek opportunities to be involved in organized dentistry. And you're like me, you're also in residency and you're also trying to make sure that you're doing things outside of school, right? And you look at all of these other people who are incredibly successful, who have spent 20 or 30 years building their career, and you're a little bit jealous, but you're also trying to set your vision to perhaps be like them as well, right? And so what happens is you kind of get in this rat race, and I've written a blog about this before, but you kind of get into this cycle where you're going, and at the end of the day, you're just exhausted. You're predisposed to burnout, and you just don't take time for yourself. And so I guess if we were going to take time for yourselves, we're going to give you 3 tips if we were to do this. So what would be your first tip?
My first tip is let's dispel the guilt, okay? Because everything in life comes with a guilt. I am a mother, and mommy guilt, I say that word, and there's like entire websites devoted to this idea of mommy guilt because it exists. Mm-hmm. Well, the same thing happens when we're talking about peeling ourselves away from dental school for an hour to go enjoy ourselves, or taking an hour or a day off of work to go on vacation, or taking a weekend off instead of doing blogs and reaching out and networking and all of this, just to go on a walk in the park, right? All of these things come with guilt. Like, you are taking this time away from things that you could be doing to be productive and this and that. But the concept of like what they say in the airline industry, right? If the cabin is depressurized, you got to put on your mask before you put on others, right? If you pass out, you're no good to other people. Right. And I think we, as a profession, need to kind of refocus. If I am not giving myself the time I need, if I am creating mental anxiety, mental illness inside of me by not giving myself that time, then I am hurting everybody else that I can help. So I need to physically, consciously take that guilt and put it aside.
So what I actually started doing, and I do this in like blurbs. So like a week I'm really good, then a month I'm not so good, and then the next month I'm really awesome, and then 3 months I'm like, But so 3 things that I do each day to make time for myself is I spend 45 minutes to 55 minutes exercising. I know I have it down to a science, but that's really how long my workouts are. And then I spend 10 minutes after that, 10 to 20 minutes like stretching, and then I spend 10 minutes meditating. And so this was like my idea of like getting that sweat in, stretching your muscles that you use when you're practicing dentistry all the time, and then kind of stretching your mind with meditation. And so that was kind of like how I spent my hour and a half of me time. Mm-hmm. And I love it because I don't know if any of you guys have practiced Bikram yoga before, but every time you go to a Bikram yoga class, each class is 90 minutes, and there's 100 signs that say 90 minutes is only 4% of your day. And every time I see that, I'm thinking like, okay, well, yeah, but it's like a really important 4 minutes or 4% that I could be using to like network or send all these like 55 emails and return all that, or to type this paper or get my blog published. But in reality, it is 4%, but it's 4% that you need to make sure that you spend on yourself. And so that's just kind of a little tip that I use. It's not only to exercise, but take time to stretch and take time to, rest your mind.
The last tip that I want to offer you guys that I have been trying to implement into my life is what I call my non-negotiable time, right? Everybody has 10 minutes. I'm sure we Facebook for 10 minutes. We definitely Netflix for longer than 10 minutes. And this wasted time where we're really not feeling the gratitude of the time that we're taking, let's put that aside and let's take a chunk of time, call it 10 minutes, of where you say this routine is non-negotiable. One of the routines that I've started implementing for myself is a bedtime routine with my son. I will not negotiate that. I don't care how long my to-do list is. We read a book, we brush our teeth because I'm a dentist, and we just spend quality time together. And honestly, I feel like that 10 minutes is way more powerful for me and for him than, 30 minutes where I'm checking my email, watching a movie, and doing 10 things with him playing around me. That's not quality time. It doesn't do good for anybody. So my non-negotiable time is that. I ask you, what is your non-negotiable time? If you don't have any, you should integrate that into your schedule because you're going to be better for it.
Definitely. And so we hope that you can utilize these 3 tips to kind of help give yourself a little bit more me time and incorporate some time of reflection throughout your day. And so thank you again for joining us today. My name's Erin Kennedy.
And I'm Dr. Singh, and you're watching
Redefining Success by Redefining You.